Visit tcgcastle.com and get 5% discount on your first purchase with TCG Center 5 code. How's it going, guys? Once again, welcome back to Pokemon TCG Center. In today's video, we'll be looking at the deck for the standard format. So this is a Golduck from the Sun and Moon featuring Starmie and Octillery. So what's very special about Golduck? Well, it's a 90 HP stage 1 Pokemon with a double jet. Very decent attack. With double jet and 2 energies in your hand, you can go for 120, discarding them from your hand to your discard pile. So double jet will do 60 damage times the number of energy discarded from your hand, but you can't discard more than 2. On the other side, with the Starmie and Space Beacon, discarding 1 card from your hand will allow you to drop to put 2 basic energy cards from the discard pile back into your hand. So we can have 120 per turn without too much problems. Also, Golduck BREAK is here for extra 50 HP, and also that Hyper Transfer who can actually help us to move energies from our Pokemons in play. Octillery is here also for the Beazle hand, mainly for the drop cards until you have 5 in your hand. And that's it. That's the game strategy. The game strategy is to hit with your Golduck double jet for 120, and with Space Beacon and the Octillery drop cards till you have 5, and basically discarding one card from your hand in addition for extra 2 water energies, so you can use double jet. 16 Pokemon, 34 training cards, and 10 energies. So 4-4-2 line of the Golduck BREAK, 1-1 line of the Octillery, and 2-2 line of the Starmie. From the item cards, I decided to go with 4 copies of Dive Balls because Dive Ball can actually help me to search my deck for any other Pokemon put into my hand. Also 2 copies of Level Ball are here just because I can search my Level Ball Psyduck, Golduck, Remoraid, Octillery, Staryu, and Starmie. I decided not to go with a Timer Ball because I need to flip heads on the coin flip, and if I get 2 tails on the coin flip, I just play nothing for nothing. 2 copies of Energy Retrievals. Why Energy Retrieval instead of the Professor's Ladder? Well, sometimes your opponent will just catch your Starmie and knock them out, and you're not going to be able to play that Space Beacon, so Energy Retrieval is very necessary card in this build. Also, Professor's Ladder can be good, but I decided to go with 2 copies of Energy Retrievals because we can simply discard energies with Sycamores, and we don't really need more than 2 energies in discard pile, basically, in order to attack with double jet. 2 copies of Escape Rope just because I'm not playing Float Stones, and sometimes Escape Rope can actually force my opponent to promote his EX instead of the non-EX in the front, maybe even Shaming EX, so we can go with that double jet for the easy knockout. 2 copies of Level Ball, mentioned it earlier, 2 copies of Super Rod, so I can shuffle in deck 3 of any Pokemons or basic energies from my discard pile back into my deck, of course. Pretty good and very needed in this deck, better than Brock's Grid because it's a supporter card and you're going to lose a turn with it. 3 copies of Trainers Mails, 4 copies of VS Seekers, and then interesting decision for Stadium. Instead of the Rough Seas, I decided to go with 2 copies of Silent Lab because with the Silent Lab I can just putting it on my turn 1 play, shut down all of my opponent basic Pokemon abilities, like a Shaman setup, like a Scandering, Koopa, and others. Supporter line, 1 copy of Lysandre, 3 copies of N, 1 copy of Professor Kukui for draft 2 cards and 20 extra damage. Very important because with double jet and 140 we can go for the 1-hit knockout against Pokemons with 130 or 40 HP, like Greninja, like Yveltal with the Fright Knight, for example, like a normal Yveltal. So very important, Professor Kukui. 4 copies of Professor Sycamore, and I decided to go with 1 copy of Teammates instead of the Hex Maniac just because after I get knocked out with Teammates I can simply get any 2 cards from my deck back into my hand. Decided to go also with 3 copies of Bursting Balloons because sometimes with the Bursting Balloon attached to Golduck and striking with double jet for 120, forcing your opponent to take 6 damage counters back can be very crucial because then he can maybe even knock himself out, taking the damage from the Bursting Balloon. Also 2 copies of Splash Energies. Not looking forward to more than 2 because 2 are just okay in my opinion. I decided to go with more basic energies simply because they can be discarded. Splash Energy cannot be discarded. Splash Energy times 2. After your Pokemon gets knocked out with Splash Energy, you can just put him back with all cards, previous evolutions back into your hand. And of course 8 basic energies, maybe a little bit too much, maybe a little bit too not. I don't know, when I was playing with 6 it was that good, so I decided to switch up to 8. But you can, for example, cut 2 water energies in addition for 2 extra Professor's Ladder if you don't feel comfortable with them. If you're looking for any of these cards, you can find them on ccgcastle.com. With TCG Center 5 code, you can also get 5% discount on your purchase. So check out ccgcastle.com. You can find the link in my description, and make sure to ask if you have any questions about code or something else. So let's do some game tests so you can actually see how this deck performs in action. So see you in the game. Okay, so my opponent third. I'm starting here second. No basic Pokemon for both of us. Alright, so starting with a Psyduck. That's okay. Wish I have at least one more Pokemon for my bench, like a Remoraid maybe, or Staryu, but I don't have. Oh, Darkray's on the other side. Okay. This is gonna be one-hit knockout per turn with my opponent Darkrai, Dark Pulse. So, still, if I can exchange one prize for two prizes in the long run, I can get victory. Okay, so he decides to play N. That's not bad. That's not bad. Maybe I can draw something better, or even something worse, something like Dive Ball, Escape Rope, 2 V Seekers, and Water Energy card. Oh my god. This is so painful. I need better resources with that end. At least I had Professor Sycamore Kukui on my turn 1 and Trainers Mail. Right now I don't have nothing. I mean, I can still confuse his Darkrai. Probably I'm gonna play just Escape Rope. He have also Ninja Boy. There must be a Tauros GX in this deck. Maybe not. But probably there is at least one copy of Tauros, and he decides to Escape Rope himself to that baby Voltal. And there is XP Share. And one card only in his hand. Okay, so I have 3 copies of V Seekers in my hand. That's just ridiculous. Alright, it's time right now to use that Escape Rope. I know it's not a smart thing to do that right now, but he can just get Energy card and knocks me out. But first he needs to get heads on the coin flip. So we are both confused right now, and that's gonna be it. So I'm desperately looking for something like an N as a top deck, but that N is also gonna help my opponent. Because discarding 3 copies of V-Seekers in the early game can be so frustrating and so bad. Just 1 energy from his hand can go for like a 60, Fighting Fury Belt 70. Well, with 70 he's more than he have more than enough for the knockout, but he's confused, so he still needs first to flip heads in the coin flip. So there is energy card from hand. Will there be maybe a Fighting Fury Belt? We shall see. Ultra Ball is here. It can be for Shaymin-EX, so he can keep searching deck for that Fighting Fury Belt. Maybe even for something like a Flowstone, Escape Rope, Fighting Fury Belt, whatever. Okay, Tails. That's important. He took 3 damage counters back. Top deck is not the best. Not the best top deck. I'm gonna try something with the Beazle hand. Maybe I can top deck N. Even worse, just another Professor Sycamore. But okay. But okay. It is how it is. So I'm gonna grab 1 Staryu, put it down to the bench. I'm gonna set up my Silent Lab, Trainers Mail. Trainers Mail is gonna be for Sycamore. And 1 more Dive Ball, and guess what? I can grab Golduck and I can attack for 20. Why not? No energies, but I can at least go for 20. If I was a little bit smarter and if I didn't go with my Abyssal Hand for 1, I could maybe right now attack for even more than 20. But it's okay. At least I have Bursting Balloon, and right now he needs one more energy card and Heads on the Coin Flip in order to knock out my Golduck. But he's gonna take 6 damage counters back. And even if he can knock me out, I have Teammates, so that's okay. But of course, I'm not looking forward to play Teammates, probably just Professor Sycamore. But it all depends on the top deck. It really all depends on my top deck. Okay. V Seeker. It's maybe for N right now. No, for the Ninja Boy. And Ninja Boy, it's gonna be for Tauros GX, as expected. And he still needs to flip Heads on the coin flip. If he misses, he's gonna be knocked out. But it's a Heads, so it's 150. Still, he's taking huge 6 damage counters back. So let's see what's gonna be top deck for me. Just Escape Rope. Okay, Abyssal Hand for 2. Nothing great. Sycamore for 7. I need Starmie, Energy, whatever, Golduck, a couple energies. Yeah, I managed to pull everything that I need. Let's retreat. So time for Starmie, time for Energy Attachment, time also for Trainers Mail, maybe for another Bursting Balloon. Yep, it's gonna be another Bursting Balloon, which is very important in this moment. And guess what? That's gonna be a double jet for 120, which is more than enough for the knockout. So, of course, he's gonna have those two energies back to his Pokemons on the bench, but I'm in price advantage right now. And I also have that Bursting Balloon, so if he wants to knock me out, he will need to take 6 damage counters back. And there's another Golduck for me. Alright, so far, 3 VA Seekers in my discard pile. That hurts a lot, because I cannot recycle my teammates. Okay, so he decided to promote a Darkrai EX with the Dark Pulse. I'm more than happy to see Darkrai, because he's gonna go for the knockout, and he's gonna take 6 damage counters back, which means I have Golduck ready, but he decides to Lysandre my Octillery. Whew, okay, luckily for me, I have 2 cards in my hand, so... Whew, okay, somehow I managed to survive this. I don't even know how, but I managed. So, Space Beacon. Let it be for Golduck, in addition to energy cards. Alright, so let's go with the double jet, and that's gonna be 120. Not enough, unfortunately, for the knockout, because there was no Bursting Balloon. Of course, he predicted that. But still 120. And right now, problem is gonna be, if he actually have another VA Secret and another access to the Lysandre, then he can simply knock out my Starmie. And that's the main problem right now. So there's Olympia, and it's gonna be knockout. So, yeah, that's pretty bad. That's pretty damn bad. No Octillery, no Abyssal Hand, Darkness Blade for 100. Let's see, will he get Hands on the coin flip? No, it's gonna be Tails, so my time for Staryu in the active position. Top deck is gonna be a Bursting Balloon. I don't know. I don't know. I can risk and pass one turn. I can risk and pass one turn. Should I do that? Yes, I should do that. I should do that. I shouldn't do that. I decide to do that. Energy attachment. If he wants to attack, of course, if he wants to switch, he's gonna need Olympia or Escape Rope. I could Nax out that Yveltal and eliminate 3 energies, but still, he would catch me with his Darkrai. So I just decided to keep my Bursting Balloon. And maybe somehow tries to exchange prize knockout, but I still need top deck, which is going to be drought support. There's a V Seeker for Olympia. It's going to be switched to Darkrai, and it's going to be knockout. Overall, that's good, because there's Pearl City, so he can reduce damage for 20, but still he has 90, so it's going to be 100. Alright, so overall not bad, because I'm going to drop 2 prize cards right now. He has 90, yes, that's for sure. Now V Seeker top deck. Guess what? It's going to be one huge Professor Sycamore for 7. Oh, no way. There's a Golduck break. There's a Golduck break. Give me that Level Ball. Or Super Rod. Or whatever. No Professor Kukui. I don't need him. Never mind. Let's first use Hyper Transfer. And let's just move 1 energy down to the Starmie. Perfect. Then let's go with the Space Beacon. For 2 water energies. And right now I can go with my double jet for the knockout. There we go. So that's it. 120 minus 20 is 100. So luckily there was no Fighting Fury belt. 2 prize cards for me is going to be Energy Retrieval and Energy. And if he can't one-hit knock out my Golduck break, well, I can simply Lysandre and knocks out his Shame. The biggest problem is that he have Ninja Boy, and he can Ninja Boy his Yveltal into the Darkrai EX and use Dark Pulse and go for 140, which is exactly enough damage counters for the knockout against my Golduck break. Well, my friends, that math is correct. I can't even one-hit knock out his Shaman because of the Pearl City. So in order to knock out his Shaman, I'm first gonna need a Silent Lab. My Golduck break is the only attacker. No, there's an Enhanced Hammer. Alright, so that Enhanced Hammer is gonna hurt a lot. And. Okay, so we are both down to 2 cards. Professor Kukui and Level Ball, and Max Elixir for my opponent. But I think there's gonna be even 1 energy card. Oblivion Wing for 30. I'm hoping for the best. First I'm gonna play Super Rod, Recycle. I don't need Remoraid Octillery. I need Psyduck. I need Golduck. I need 1 more Golduck. Because I don't know how many of them I have left in my deck. Then I'm gonna play Level Ball, grab that Psyduck, put him on the bench. I have Silent Lab left. So I have actually a decent chance to pull him. Professor Kukui. 2 copies of N. Well, Space Beacon. For 2 energies. And I can go for knockout, but then he can go for knockout. But then I can go with N him down to 1. He have only 1 card in his hand. Somehow I feel for me, maybe it's better to take a risk and try to paralyze his Yveltal here. Maybe just to buy me a turn. I don't know why, but maybe. Okay, managed to buy a turn, which is good. Because I simply need to knock out his Shaman. I simply need somehow to knock out his Shaman, or at least tries to set up another Golduck break. Guess what? Another Golduck break with Splash Energy. So he passes the turn. My top deck is just Water Energy card. Nothing good. I have N. Is it worth to play that N? I think it is, because I really need desperately to get resources here. So hard to think about it. Let's just go with the N. Energy Retrieval and Golduck. That's nice. I mean, Darkrai is gonna clear up my... He have 90 and 60, that's 150. Okay, I can go for knockout, and still I'm gonna grab something from the prize card. I still have that Lysandre. I think I can't win this match, simply. Okay, so I can go for 40 actually. 40 and 90, that's 130. The prize card is gonna be a Professor Sycamore. That's fine, but still. Still, I can't go for one-hit knockout. I mean, I can probably tops. Even if I top deck Lysandre or Escape Rope, it's not gonna be enough. It's not gonna be enough. I can go max 140. That Pearl City actually destroys me. If there was a Silent Lab, a different story would happen. Right now he can go for knockout, but yeah, I'm gonna be short for like that one prize. So last Ultra Ball for maybe Shaymin EX, number 2. I don't know why, but why he didn't play Delinquent? Maybe he wants to get Seeker right now and just simply Delinquent my last card from my hand. Energy to Shaymin. I mean, he won the match when he knocks out my Octillery. Then he actually won the match. So, Fighting Fury Belt and Dark Pulse. That's huge. Dark Pulse for 190. My best bet is to promote that Golduck Break in the front. Yep. Sycamore for 7. And finally, there is a Silent Lab. A little bit too late if you ask me. A little bit too late. You can go for like 190. Well, no Lysandre, no party. That's best thing I can do. I can go for 120 more and that's it. So it was close. It was very close. Silent Lab actually MVP in this game because it reduces the damage for 20 and I was short for the knock. I mean, turn 1 I discarded like 3 copies of V-Seekers and that was too much to get back into game. But anyway, very, very good game, definitely in my opinion. Alright, so starting with one copy of Psyduck in my hand. No basic Pokemon for my opponent. Alright, so I have at least one N in my hand, so that's gonna be something. Because right now, with current hand and Sycamore, for example, that's not gonna be great. Discarding 2 Golducks and 1 Super Rod at turn 1, wow, that's just devastating. On the other side, for me, it's definitely better to go second. Simply from the reason that I can confuse my opponent active Pokemon with that Confusion Wave. So there is one Trainers Mail for nothing. Alright. A Pearl City. And that Pearl City says 3 downs to me. Another Pearl City discarded, which is very important. Especially if I can find that Silent Lab and put it into play on my next turn. So there is Ultra Ball, and it's gonna be maybe for Shaman, maybe for Hoopa. It's really hard to say because I don't know the list of the cards that my opponent run, of course. But I can just assume that it's going to be one of these two, or maybe even a Baby Evoltal, maybe another Darkrai EX. So yep, another Darkrai EX. And another Trainer's Mail. And this is just Trainer's Mail for another Professor Sycamore. And there is a Fighting Fury Belt, Energy Attachment, Darkrai, and Max Elixir, and at least I know that his hand contained one copy of Professor Sycamore. Well, speaking about Professor Sycamore, let's just go with the end. Okay. Well, time for a Confusion Wave. That's the best thing I can do. Confuse his Darkrai, hope that he's gonna flip Tails in the coin flip. And that's gonna be it. Decided to keep my Dive Ball for that Octillery, because a Beazle hand is gonna be very important for me. So there is just a Ultra Ball, and it's Ultra Ball for another Darkrai EX. So many Darkrai EXs, so many Darkrai EXs. Another Max Elixir, another Energy. Okay, so what else he have in his hand? One more Darkness Energy and Professor Sycamore. No way! You can't get a perfect hand. You can't get 3 Max Elixirs, 3 Energies. Oh, at least he missed one. Okay, that's something. At least that's something. So I can get that Octillery. I can attach my Bursting Balloon. Tell you what, I can even attach Water Energy, so I can have better chance to hit something with a Beazle hand. Well, something like a Staryu and a Level Ball. For Golduck. Yeah, why not? For Golduck. And Professor Kukui for 2. And 2 copies of Trainer's Mails. Okay, so the first one is going to be for Silent Lab. And I'm going to put Silent Lab immediately in play. And the second one is going to be for a Dive Ball. Alright, and to be honest, with this Dive Ball, I'm going to search my deck for another Psyduck. And I can go with my Scratch for 40. Okay, at least if he can heads on the coin flip, he can attack for like tons of damage if he and take 6 damage counters back. If he flip tails on the coin flip, he's gonna take 3 damage counters back, so it's the same. Oh, there's Zen. Alright, so at least I managed to set up one of my Golducks. I have Psyduck for next turn. Well, there is another Psyduck and Golduck and Escape Rope and the Trainer's Mail, so he may be searching for something like Escape Rope, but he can't get one. At least he can retreat, of course, and knocks me out with his another Darkrai, but I don't know how smart that's gonna be. And Tails, so he took 3 damage counters back. Okay, that's perfect. What else is gonna be perfect for me here? One more Staryu. So I need that Abyssal Hand. Energy Retrieval. Okay, let it be first Dive Ball for Golduck Break, so I can simply save one of my energy cards from the active Golduck Break with that Hyper Transfer to one of my benched Golducks. Very important for next turn, of course. And overall, I can simply strike just for the 60. Well, that's okay. 6 damage counters and 7, that's 130. At least on the next turn I can max out one of his Dark Rays. Right now there is no possible way. Okay, so right now he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If he decides to retreat, he can go max for 120. 130 with the Fighting Fury Belt, which is not going to be enough for the knockout. And another Tails and Confuse. So, okay, that's insane. Let's just Space Beacon. What else I can find with my Abyssal Hand? We shall see. Another Psyduck. Okay, so I can go with my Double Jet for 60, which is enough for the knockout. Exactly 220. And one of the 3 Dark Rays is knocked out. 5 energies plus 20 from the Dark Pools, let's say 120 at this moment. So if he can find energy card, then he can simply knock me out. But he found energy with that Max Elixir, actually XP share. So yeah, he can go for 140 right now. 160. So I'm gonna need Bursting Balloon. And I'm gonna need Bursting Balloon so badly. I have 2 more left. Okay, Dark Pools for 160, as expected. There is no even Splash Energy, which is bad. Okay, so let's go with the Super Rod. 1, 2, 3. Do we want to attach energy? No yet. Is it worth to play N or Professor Kukui, maybe? Well, let's go with the N. Let's go with the N, and there is just another Starmie. So I can still play Abyssal Hand and find that Bursting Balloon. Or maybe not, but at least I can Dive Ball into my another Golduck. This is gonna be 1 Space Beacon. Let's discard Professor Sycamore, why not? 1, 2, and I can go with my Double Jet for 120. Okay, not enough for the knockout. Short for the Bursting Balloon, but still. Still, I can knock him out. Next turn, there is Lysandre for my Octillery. Okay, so he even do me a slightly favor here, not knocking out my Golduck, one of my attackers. He just decides to go for that Octillery. For me right now, the best solution is going to be just to go with that VS Seeker for Professor Sycamore. Get 7 cards. Oh, nice top deck. A Lysandre. Still, I'm going with my Sycamore for 7. One Space Space Beacon for 2 energies. And that's gonna be double jet. That's gonna be knockout. Oh, I didn't need to discard both energies. I should actually attach one of them to my Golduck. Okay, never mind. A V Seeker and Golduck Break. So I'm still searching for the Bursting Balloon. Since I have Teammates in my hand, I'm gonna get Bursting Balloon and... oh no, I'm not gonna get Bursting Balloon and Teammates. I'm gonna get N down to 2 cards, and this is not good at all. Energy Retrieval and Golduck. That's perfect. That's perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9. Well, that's 180. I simply cannot believe I didn't find a single Bursting Balloon in so many cards discarded. Okay, so 1 Space Beacon. And 1 Energy Retrieval. And of course 1 Double Jet for 120. So I'm very close for the victory here, but yeah, he can simply retreat and knocks me out with his another Darkrai. Then I will need something like a Lysandre, of course. Unfortunately without... oh, there's even Hex Maniac. That's gonna cost me like 2 turns of not being able to do anything. Well, maybe I can still top deck something like a Sycamore for 7. Maybe not. So I think this is it. I think this is it. Because he has a Lysandre in his discard pile, all he really needs is a V Seeker and the game is over. Yep, there's a Lysandre, so it's gonna be knockout against my Golduck. Knocking out my... unfortunately knocking out my... Octillery again was way too much, so I can just Space Beacon, grab 2 water energies, attach one of them, pass my turn, but that's gonna be it. It's not gonna be enough for the knockout. I can't even try to attack because I need 2 energies for that Star Freeze. And that's it. That's a GG, so managed to lose another game in a row against the Darkrai with my Golduck. But overall, I'm happy with the deck. I cannot say that the deck is not good. I mean, it's a decent budget build deck and also a fun deck to play. So if you don't have a lot of money to invest in deck, if you're new to the game, you can always play something like this. Golduck Break featuring Starmie can be very funny deck to play and very decent deck to play. So I hope you guys enjoy watching this video. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more videos. If you have any questions, as always, make sure to let me know on the Facebook or Twitter. Now let me know what you think about this deck in the comments below. So yeah, till the next time, have a nice day wherever you are. See you in the next video and goodbye.